children, now we will study about the power in an AC circuit. Okay, and we have to derive the expression for this particular for the average power in the series LCR circuit, and we have to discuss the special cases. This is also going to be important for the theory part as well as for the numerical part. So what is meant by the power in an AC circuit? Okay, the rate at which the electrical energy is consumed in the electric circuit is called as its power. We have studied that. In the DC circuit, the power is given by the product of voltage into current. But in the AC circuit, both voltage and current vary sinusoidally. We have studied that with respect to time and are generally not in phase. Very rarely they are in phase. They are in phase, current and voltage, only there is a purely resistive circuit. But if there is an inductive circuit and if there is a capacitive circuit, then both the current and voltage are not in phase always. Okay, so for AC circuit we define instantaneous power as the product of instantaneous voltage and the instantaneous current. So this is very important that for power of the AC circuit, that is series LCR circuit, instantaneous power is important. Okay, and this instantaneous power is nothing but the product of instantaneous voltage and instantaneous current. Okay, so suppose in AC circuit the voltage and the current at any instant is given by E is equal to E naught sine omega t. Okay, and current I is given as I naught into sine omega t minus phi. Now why I have taken minus phi here? You can see here in this diagram once again we have considered this is a voltage applied or instantaneous voltage. Suppose EMF E is equal to E naught sine omega t, and you can see that the current is flowing through the circuit is shown by this red arrow, and you can see that the current is behind the voltage. Current is behind the EMF by how much angle? By angle phi. Okay, so therefore E is ahead and current is always slightly lesser, and by the phase phi it is lesser. So therefore we have considered in this equation also I is equal to I naught sine omega t minus phi. Okay, where phi is the phase angle by which the voltage E leads the current I. This is to be understood. Okay, now we are going to understand what is meant by the instantaneous power. So for that I will write down the power formula. P is equal to E into I. Okay, so I will convert this formula by using this values. E naught sine omega t into I naught sine omega t minus phi. Okay, so we got this particular value. Now we are going to calculate this total. So it is considered as E naught I naught by 2 inside the bracket 2 sine omega t into sine omega t minus phi. So what we have done here? Okay, I have taken this E naught I naught by 2, but that means I have multiplied the equation by 2 and I have divided the equation by 2, so that the total inside the bracket it will be 2 sine omega t, and outside the bracket here we have taken as the E naught I naught by 2. Okay, so that is outside the bracket in the same, it is a multiplied only. Okay, so 2 is multiplied, 2 is divided. Why we have done later on you will come to know, because we are having here the trigonometric functions. Okay, so we are having this equation P is equal to E naught I naught by 2 inside the bracket. Now we are considering here this 2 sine omega t we are going to convert in the formula. Okay, so this is nothing but cos of phi minus cos of 2 omega t minus phi. So which identity we have used, I will write down here. 2 sine A sine B is equal to, this you have to keep in mind that because, okay, 2 sine A sine B is equal to cos of A minus B minus cos A plus B. Okay, so if we use this particular formula, then we can use 2, this is 2 this is one factor and this is the another factor. Okay, if we put these values here, then this formula can be converted in terms of cos of a minus b and minus cos of a plus b. If we put the value here omega t and omega t minus phi as a and b, then we can have, initially we are going to remain as a omega t minus phi. So minus phi becomes plus phi. So it is cos of phi, we will get it here. In the next we have cos of a plus b. So when it is cos of a plus b, then this omega t plus omega t minus phi, it becomes as a 2 omega t minus phi. So we are using this identity to find out this particular equation. So now I want to find out the average power dissipated per cycle. Okay, so that is equal to average of E naught I naught by 2 and cos of phi minus cos of 2 omega t minus phi. Okay, now this second term we are going to consider now. Okay, this second time you can see that for this second cosine form, that is cos of 2 omega t minus phi, is time dependent because here t is considered. Okay, but for this particular factor t is not considered. Okay, so the second cosine term cos of 2 omega t minus phi is time dependent, and therefore its average value over the cycle is 0, because if complete one cycle is considered, then this t will be converted into capital T, and cos of capital T over complete cycle, this average value of this particular concept, that is cos of 2 omega t minus phi over a complete cycle, becomes 0. Therefore we get only P average is equal to E naught I naught by 2 into cos phi. Now you came to know that what is the importance of the cos phi, which is called as a power factor or cos phi factor. Okay, now I can change this equation in terms of RMS value. How? E naught by root 2 into I naught by root 2 into cos phi. Okay, so this is nothing but ERMS, this is nothing but IRMS. So and cos phi is equal to R by Z, that also we have calculated. So I will write down here the final formula for P average is equal to ERMS into IRMS into cos phi is nothing but R by Z, and this formula you have to keep in mind. Okay, so we are considering again, going back to the cases and how it is a purely inductive circuit, how it is a purely capacitive circuit, and we are going to find out the power from this particular formula. Okay, so if it is a purely resistive circuit, okay, I will write down pure resistive circuit, then we know that voltage and current are in phase. So for that particular case, we know that it is phi is equal to 0. So I will write down here phi is equal to 0. Okay, if phi is equal to 0, we know that cos phi is equal to 1. Okay, so when cos phi is equal to 1, the average power, we get it as a P average is equal to ERMS into IRMS, isn't it, into 1. So a P average is equal to what we are getting here, ERMS into IRMS, and we have converted this formula into ERMS bracket square upon R. So this is the power formula, you have got it in the resistive circuit, but we have found out this by using now this overall power equation for the LCR circuit. Okay, now if the circuit is purely inductive circuit, so I will write down here pure inductive circuit. Now we know that in pure inductive circuit, voltage leads current by phase pi by 2. So as voltage is always leading and current is behind, according to our diagram, we have here phi is equal to pi by 2, 90 degree angle. Therefore we can have P average is equal to ERMS into IRMS into cos of 90, and obviously cos 90 is 0, therefore we got it here, the second answer, as a 0. And this specially we have calculated while considering about this purely inductive circuit, that is average power consumed in the inductive circuit is always is equal to 0 for a complete cycle or over a complete cycle. Now the third one case we are going to consider, that is for the purely capacitive circuit, pure capacitive. Now in this case what happened? For the pure capacitive circuit, voltage lags behind the current by phase pi by 2. So obviously phi is equal to minus pi by 2. Okay, if phi is equal to minus pi by 2, again we are going to put the value here, cos of minus pi by 2, again it is 0. So P average comes out to be 0. This is the third equation. We got it from this particular equation. That means the average power consumed in the capacitive circuit over a complete cycle is also is equal to 0. Okay, now series LCR circuit. We have studied that for the series LCR circuit, P average is equal to ERMS IRMS into cos phi. Okay, so when phi is equal to tan inverse of XL minus XC upon R, that time the particular circuit is considered as a series LCR circuit. So power consumed in such a circuit is only in the resistor R, because in the series LCR circuit L is also there, C is also there and R is also there, but the major power dissipated in LCR circuit is only due to the resistor, because for the inductor over the cycle power is 0, for the capacitor over the complete cycle power dissipation is 0, and therefore we are considering only the purely resistive circuit whenever we consider about the LCR circuit. Okay, and during the resonance, again during the resonance, this is very important, I will write on. During resonance, we know that XL is equal to XC and phi is equal to 0. Therefore cos phi is equal to 1. Okay, when cos phi is equal to 1, obviously P average becomes ERMS into IRMS into 1. Okay, so that is equal to ERMS into IRMS, and this is nothing but the maximum power dissipated in the circuit, which is through R only at the resonance. So this is the case for the resonance. So we have separately found out the power of inductive circuit, resistive circuit and capacitive circuit, but by this particular special cases, whenever we have considered that particular value with respect to the formula which we have derived from the equation. Thank you.